everybody, and welcome back to episode 2 of the current week 2, episode 2, whatever you want to call it. You guys put in the comments below what you guys think we should call episode 2, week 2, whatever you guys, like I said, whatever you guys think. As you guys can see behind me, I'm actually trying something new as opposed to last week. I actually got my green screen set up here, and I want to know what you guys think what you guys think about it. Do you prefer last week where I didn't have the green screen? You guys can see my wall behind me, my 21 Pilots flag up there, and all my stuff, or do you like this green screen? Because I can do whatever I want with it. I can put whatever the heck I want behind me, and yeah, that's why I decided to use it. I mean, I also had it, so I figured I should give it a shot and just see what happened. So today's episode is going to be Richie Warfield again talking about the Oscars. He actually went around and interviewed people, and it's actually really funny. I enjoyed it a lot. I watched it through it and editing it and all that stuff. I really liked watching those and working on those, and I know he did too because he told me a lot about it and how he liked doing that. So first off, let's go.
So the Oscars are coming up in 2 weeks, weekend after the Super Bowl, and I was a little bit curious about some of the thoughts that the community has on the nominations and other aspects of it. So here's what I got. Yo, what up? Here with Tom Berniker and Brad Ball. That's talking about Oscars 2K16. Now we'll start off with Brad. Brad, any movies that you particularly liked this year that you might really want to see get the Oscar nod?
I'd have to say The Revenant, just so that we can all say that Leonardo DiCaprio can stop fudging around and can finally get himself an Oscar. He'll stop crying at night.
Now, some conspiracy theorists believe that the Academy is purposely snubbing Leo from countless great performances. I mean, obviously, the Titanic, record-breaking, The Departed. He's been in them all. So you feel like finally this may be his year?
Well, yes, I think they've just decided that it was funny while it lasted.
You think the jokes are starting to get a little bit too old?
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
And Tom, any movies that you're particularly excited to see potentially win an Oscar?
I don't think any of them deserved an Oscar this year, to be honest with you.
But how do you feel about Chewbacca's nomination in lead actor category? Do you think that he has a chance of winning?
Honestly, yes. I believe he.
Star Wars is probably the best movie of the year, hands down.
Oh, hands down.
And rightfully so, it has been nominated in every single category.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
And I think it will walk away with every single win.
Every single award.
Yeah. We're just gonna. I'd
be disappointed if it didn't.
Put
up with the Leonardo DiCaprio jokes for a little while more, I guess.
Well, 2 more weeks, so everyone get those jokes of Leonardo DiCaprio out of your system.
Yeah.
Yo, what up? Here with Chris Binder, talk about the Oscars. Chris, any movies that you're particularly interested in? Maybe you're kind of rooting for, getting an award.
Oh well, Rich, I saw a couple movies in my time. I saw Ride Along 2. That's a huge movie. Kevin Hart, he's hilarious.
Do you feel that movie has been snubbed from the 2016 Oscars?
I feel like a little bit it has. I really do.
Are there any particular movies you may have seen over this past year that aren't nominated for Oscars that you kind of wish maybe the Academy would have taken a closer look at?
You know what? I don't think so.
No?
Everyone, it's going to be close this year. I'm excited. I'm excited to watch. I really am.
How do you feel about Sylvester Stallone reprising his role as Rocky in the film Creed up for a nomination?
Oh, that movie was phenomenal. I saw it twice. That's how much I loved it. Sylvester Stallone, he's a god.
Two great boxing movies came out this year. Southpaw and Creed. Mm-hmm. Creed got the nomination. Southpaw snubbed. How do you feel about that?
I'm pissed.
Are you a Jake Gyllenhaal fan?
A little bit. I am.
I felt the overall movie was pretty good, but I didn't get a chance to see Creed.
Right.
But I'm hoping that Rocky could raise the gloves one more time.
Well, I guess only time will tell, Rich.
Yes. Hey, thanks for your time, Mr. Binder.
Oh, of course, no problem.
Oscars 2K16, Bowler, what movie do you want to see the most win in any category?
I like The Revenant. It was a great movie, and it should definitely win.
Did you actually see that movie, or are you just saying that?
No, I saw it. It was a great movie.
How do you feel about the chances of The Embrace of the Serpent winning in the foreign language category?
It was great. I think it's going to go all the way.
What language was that?
I'm not sure. It's something I didn't even know. But
thanks for your time. Yo, we're here with Luke Garwood talking about the Oscars. What are your top choices for this year?
Baby.
Leonardo, you think he's going to get his first Oscar nod?
No, they're gonna rob him.
How do you feel about BB-8 getting in the category of Best Supporting Actor for his performance in Star Wars. Do you think he can get a win?
No.
No? All right, thanks for your time. Yo, we're here talking with Kevin O'Boyle about the Oscars this year. Kevin, do you think Leo will get his first Oscar nod this year?
I think so, personally. To be honest with you, I can't really remember what movies he played in, but I know he's a good actor. I think it's about time.
How do you feel about Chewbacca getting the Oscar nod for Best Actor?
Well, he did play a big role in the new Star Wars movie. So I would not be surprised if he does. So.
Right. Thanks for your time, Kev.
Yeah, no problem, Rich.
Yo, Kev, how do you feel about Straight Outta Compton being snubbed at the Oscars?
I saw the movie. It was long, but I really enjoyed it. Shout out to my boys, Eazy-E, Ice Cube.
Hey, R.I.P.
All of them, yeah,
R.I.P.
Easy. But Ice Cube had a great production, so I got no complaints.
Yo, I'm here with TJ Quinlan. You see any good movies this year? Anything you want to see at the Oscars?
No.
No?
Star Wars.
Star Wars? How do you feel about Chewbacca being nominated in the Best Actor category?
I think he's gonna win.
You do?
I think he's gonna win.
Oh, nice. Thanks for your time.
Anytime.
Yo, Garwood, how do you feel about Kevin Hart being snubbed from the Oscar contention for his role in Ride Along 2?
I think that's completely fine. It was probably a really bad movie.
Okay, thank you, Richie, and to everyone who participated. Those were some pretty good responses, and I agree with most of those, actually. I have not seen Ride Along 2 yet, actually, or Star Wars. I'm really behind. Don't judge me. But now we have Eric Judds, who is a new member of this team group organization. We're gonna go right into Eric's video.
Hey guys, so just a couple quick sports things to run down from this week. A big news story is Patriots head coach Bill Belichick firing their offensive line coach after they lost to the Denver Broncos in the postseason 20-18. Tom Brady, the quarterback for the New England Patriots, just hit 23 times in that game, an absurd amount for especially some high-prestigious organizations such as the Patriots. And Bill Belichick fires their offensive line coach the day after, which came shocking to a lot of people. A lot of sports shows had a lot of debate about this, saying that Bill Belichick was being clever and sneaky and trying to get the blame off of himself and put on the offensive line coach. Others were saying that, it's up to Bill Belichick. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time in NFL history, and he has the right to do whatever he wants. Personally, I think Bill Belichick was a little bit of both. Bill Belichick, you have to respect his decision. He's a great NFL coach. I'm sure any team would take him. As well as the fact that this guy has been caught cheating numerous times. He's deflated his balls last season. He's hacked another team's radio systems. I mean, this guy's a clever guy and just doing something smart here by trying to get the blame off of himself. In other news, another story out there is Blake Griffin, the power forward for the LA Clippers and then the NBA, he has an injured hand, and this hand injury came from a confrontation with a member on the coaching staff of the Lakers. If you remember, a little bit ago, there was a Vine out there with Blake Griffin making a sexual reference to this member of the staff, and it turns out this member is the one that he had the physical confrontation with, and now a lot of people are debating, do the Clippers trade Blake Griffin? Blake Griffin, an all-star caliber power forward, he's a great player, but do the LA Clippers part ways with him? Some are saying that, DeAndre Jordan, the center for the Clippers, is clogging up the paint, and Blake Griffin needs to play a more physical game because he's a bigger guy, and that they should dump Griffin if they could get a good deal out of it. Kevin Durant's going to be a free agent this offseason. A lot of people are interested in him, especially Golden State Warriors, which I don't know how they're going to afford the cap space, but moral here is that, is Blake Griffin going to be a problem for this team or more of a benefit? I think he's kind of capped out as a player. I would imagine he will be moving on before the trade deadline. And finally, other big news, LeBron James makes a statement that he had nothing to do with the firing of his head coach, David Blatt. David Blatt had led the Cleveland Cavaliers to the top of the Eastern Conference so far this season, and he gets fired. LeBron James saying he had nothing to do with that, as his buddy Tyrod Lue is taking over as the Cleveland Cavaliers head coach. Lue is 2-1 to this point, and I believe they have a game tonight. And he's also going to be coaching the All-Star game. If you can remember, he was the one, if you are an Allen Iverson fan, he is the one that Allen Iverson stepped over in his famous Vine or meme or other photo where he stepped over another player after he had a step-back jumper in his face. That is Tyrod Lue, to show you what kind of basketball player he is. And, a lot of people are saying, LeBron's saying, I have a great basketball IQ, and boasting about other stuff, and people are just kind of getting tired of LeBron, saying whatever comes to his mind, rejecting any criticism. But I guess, a lot of people are saying that that's just what great players do. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan just started saying whatever was on their mind once they got good enough. And I think LeBron's at that point of greatness that he just kind of loses faith in the fact of what everyone else cares about and just focuses on speaking his mind and getting his word out to everyone else. And finally, the other big news, LeBron James on the trade market. His contract will be up at the end of this season, and he will have full control of the contract as was signed 2 years ago. If the Cavs can dump him before the trade deadline, which I would give you a 99% probability that does not happen, but the Cavs would have control of his future. Now, if LeBron was able, once the summer comes, LeBron has full control of his own future. So it depends on the Cavs, the Cavs GM making a statement that nobody is untradeable.
Okay, thank you, Eric. Thank you for that. Sports. I'm not a big sports fan, but he knows a lot about it. So if you guys want to know about sports, tell me that you want him back, because that was actually pretty informative. I actually learned a lot. I don't care about sports, but now I know these things. And yeah, just realized my eye is really dark, and this light is not good for it. But so yeah, sorry, I'm not actually having a skit today just because of the interviews and stuff like that, and I've been working on a lot of stuff. So I'm putting this together, and we're doing these kind of bits, if you want to call my little transitional periods, pieces or stories, whatever you want to go with those. And I also want to apologize, there is no speed art this week. We tried to get Cailyn on here, but 2 days ago was her birthday, and I want you guys all down below to wish her a happy birthday and like this video for her birthday. Or just because you like it. But please, guys, go in the comments, say happy birthday to Cailyn, our resident artist. And that's the reason that there wasn't a speed art today. She just didn't have the time for it. She did have the time, though, to create this great thumbnail that we got in this video. Thank you so much to her. I just text her and I say, hey, can I get the thumbnail for this video? And she's got it within probably an hour. The speed art she just couldn't put together. She had too much stuff going on. But next week there will be one. She's promised that there will be one next week. So thank you guys again for watching, and I hope you guys come back. Like, favorite, that's the same thing. Comment, and subscribe. See you guys.